What's happening, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over RaikenProfit.com. Coming back to you with another video, and today we have a question from one of Romer's followers on Instagram, and we're going to answer for you here on YouTube. So, who is the question from, and what was the question?
From Val's Wine from New York, minibardelivery.com, and his question is, how do you start taking action?
How do you start taking action? So, it sounds like from this question, this person wants to know, like, how do you start taking action when you're maybe in a place where you're not doing what you need to be doing? Is that essentially someone who's maybe...
And I will say something about Val, is I actually follow him on social media, and that man posts so much. So he's an action taker.
Okay.
And his posts don't get the most engagement, side note, but he posts every single day, and I have so much respect for him because of that.
So let's say somebody's watching right now, and maybe, you know, I get into these states sometimes where I'm super motivated, I'm taking action on everything in my business, I'm going crazy, I'm doing 5, 10 things a day that are like pushing me forward. And then there's other times, Avery, when sometimes I'll sit around for days on end and not do anything. So let's talk to the person who's watching right now, who they're stuck, maybe they're procrastinating, and they're trying to figure out, how do I start taking action when I'm like in that negative state, when I'm just not feeling like doing anything? So what's your first piece of advice?
Well, I feel like both of us have been doing a great job of taking action over the last year and leveraging ourselves to take action. So taking action is relative. What are we taking action on? What kind of habits are we trying to build? Building new habits is harder than doing the habits you already have built. So I have habits that I do every single day. They're not hard anymore. At one point they were hard, but once I get in the habit routine of doing them every day, they're in my brain now. It's not hard to do. I took an ice bath this morning. It wasn't that hard because I do it every day when I'm back home in Nashville. But to take that first step, I've heard you need 21 days of consistent action taking to make something a habit. So you have to do whatever it takes to make yourself take action. Leverage, if it's one of those things where it's just like you do it 3 days in a row and then you kind of flake off and you don't do it as much, do what Raiken's doing. Follow this guy on Instagram. Every single day he's posting on his story, his morning routine, his goals. He PayPal'd some 2 people 25 bucks today because he said, if I don't do this, I'm gonna pay 25 bucks.
Yeah.
I was about to say you guys don't have to go that far, but you guys should probably go that far. You don't have to have an audience as big as Raiken. You can have mom, dad, couple high school friends. You guys are so scared of posting because you're high school friends. Why not leverage your high school friends to hold you accountable to your goals? Say, hey, look guys, I know I don't post much, I'm making this post. If you guys don't see me XYZ doing this, within the next 24 hours, I have to post it, I'm going to Venmo you 10 bucks. Or you could go psycho like me. I said I was going to Venmo every single person that screenshotted me 100 bucks for not being in the ice.
Gosh.
And that morning, I take ice baths every morning. This is back up north in Nashville, Tennessee. It's weird saying up north now because we're in Miami.
Yeah.
The ice was like that thick this morning. My ass, I woke up at 6:59. My goal is to be in the ice by 7:03. If someone screenshotted anything on my Instagram where it shows I wasn't...
You woke up 4 minutes before you were...
Yeah, that was the whole point. The whole point was like, because I would lay in bed for 30 minutes like, oh, I don't want to get in the ice. So the whole point was to get me out of bed faster. So I said, if anyone screenshots my story not having an update at 7:02 or 7:03 was the time, then I am gonna Venmo you 100 bucks. So I cheated and I set my alarm for 6:57 because I got so nervous. But you bet at 6:59 I was like breaking that ice, and I got in and I went posted an Instagram story.
Yeah.
And yeah, so massive leverage with social media. Tell people, talk about it, and then do that for 21 days at least. So 21 days of actually taking action, and then in your brain there's something called neural pathways. Habits are made from these. It's biology, and once you get that formed, it's going to be much easier.
Yeah.
So
I just read a book by, I believe, James Clear. The book was called Atomic Habits. Amazing book. And matter of fact, you were talking about how I was sharing my morning ritual each and every day. I've been doing that for, I think, 30 days straight now.
Yeah.
One of the things that are a part of my routine every single day is reading at least 5 pages per day. And I was reading this book called Atomic Habits. And one of the things that James talks about in the book is doing things not because you need to do it the best or do it the most. So for example, maybe you want to start reading. You want to be a reader, right? Because I have a belief that, you know, people who learn more earn more. So maybe you have the same belief and you know that in order for me to take my life to the next level, I have to read more, but you're not a reader, you never read. The big mistake most people will make, Romer, is they'll spend an hour. They've never read in like 3 months or 6 months or 6 years. Now all of a sudden every day they have a challenge, I'm gonna read for an hour a day. You're setting yourself up for failure because you're not used to doing it. Your brain's not used to doing it. Life's gonna hit you. Like you're just setting yourself up for failure. And what James talked about in his book, Atomic Habits, which is a better idea that I found and I've been applying in my life, is instead of saying, I'm gonna read for an hour today, I'm gonna read 1 page. Because the goal isn't to read as much as you possibly can in the shortest period of time. The goal is to become a reader over the long haul. Who's gonna benefit more? Somebody who reads an hour a day for 3 months straight and then just like burns himself out and they don't read for another year, or somebody who just reads 5-10 pages a day every single day. So James talks about in the book Atomic Habits, it's about creating a new identity. It's about thinking about yourself in terms of, I'm a reader. And every single day that you read, even if it's 1 page a day, or you go in the ice bath for 30 seconds, or you list 1 item a day, your identity starts to become that of what you're doing. I'm a reader. Every single day there's another vote that's tallied in terms of who you are as a person. And we always do what we are aligned with in terms of who we think we are. If we think that we're fit, if we think that we're healthy, if we think that we're a reader, we're gonna read. But if deep down inside we're like, this is BS, and your subconscious mind is like, come on, give me a break. It's tough, it's tough. So that's probably one of my best tips, Val, for taking action is don't try to take action like crazy, just start with something small each and every day.
I love it.
So those are 2 things that really stand out to us. I don't know if there's anything else you want to touch on or.
Well, you gave me some really good advice the other day. I wrestled in college and I worked out a ton in high school. I don't look like I lifted a bunch of weights, but I did. And he knows. And I'm strong.
He's strong. He's very strong.
I'm strong, and I did the whole weightlifting thing. And my philosophy when I go to the gym is like, I took this test in college. It was a psychology test, and it was after we studied Pavlov, which is punishment and reward, punishment and reward. Are you building feedback loops based on punishment or reward? So when your whole morning routine, it's awesome watching this guy because the whole time he's doing it, he's like rewarding himself every step of the way. He's like, you want to show him the breathing we do real quick?
He's like,
he's like doing this, and then he opens the book and he's like ready to go. The whole time it's a rewarding experience for him. And the advice he gave me the other day, I'm going a couple of different directions here, but I'm gonna tie it all together, is he was like, don't go to the gym and kill yourself. Because I was like, I gotta go to the gym. And I'm so tired. I was telling him about this new leg workout I was doing. And when I was in college, I was taking that test, and part of the question on the test was, Jimmy goes to the gym and he throws up. Is he likely to go to the gym again? and I asked my teacher, and I was like really struggling there because as a wrestler, I was like, you're supposed to go to the gym and work as hard as possible. He threw up, good. He's gonna tell all his friends, and it's gonna be a positive experience for him. and my teacher was like looking at me like I was crazy. And he had to tell the whole class. He's like, guys, if you throw up during a workout, it's a bad thing. It's a punishment. Don't do that. And I thought about that a lot. I was like, is he right or is he wrong? Because I could have social proof. I could go post it on Instagram. I could do this, and I could theoretically have delayed gratification for throwing up at the gym. But initially, dude, even when I went to the gym the other day at the hotel we were staying at, and I worked out, my legs hurt so bad. I didn't want to go again. And he gave me this advice. He's like, dude, just go to the gym. Just go. And even if you just do a couple of things, just go. And just build that habit. And I was like, you know what, you're probably right.
Become that type of person who goes to the gym. Yeah. Every day you're casting that vote. I go to the gym, I go to the gym. I'm the type of person who goes to the gym.
And to circle back to what I was saying at the very beginning about the 21-day period, I think it's okay to kill yourself in the gym. But during that 21-day period, if you're serious about having the long-term results, it's like what he's talking about. Do you want to become a reader or someone who read for 3 months because they said they were going to and then never again after that? So for those first 21 days, it's really important. Even if you just go to the gym and look at yourself and do a couple air squats and then go back home, or a lot of you guys are trying to start a business, take some type of action. And Gary Vee, he harped on a point that it really stuck with me. He was like, just stop judging yourself. And he always says stuff like this, but for some reason, I guess we always interpret messages at different times in our lives in different ways. But he was like, don't judge yourself along the process. Like if you're taking action, and like if you're reading, do you ever do this, but like you don't interpret the text you just read?
Because I'm in my mind thinking about something else.
When that happens, don't be like, oh, I'm so stupid, I didn't focus on it. Like just, like why add that extra burden of judgment?
Why are we so hard on ourselves?
Take the judgment off.
And I think that stops a lot of people, including myself and yourself and all of everyone who's watching, is we're so hard on ourselves. We have this idea that we have to be perfect. And in order to get results, you don't have to be perfect. You have to immerse yourself in the process over the long haul, and you're going to get results. If you go to the gym every single day and you eat healthy, you're going to get results. If you work in your business every single day, you're going to get results. Now, there's a whole other conversation we could have about, are you climbing up the right ladder? Are you taking the right actions that are going to maximize the results? But still, especially if you're modeling success and you're modeling other people, if you start taking some of the actions that they're taking, you're going to get pretty decent results.
Right. About the judgment thing, there's something me and him do. We're huge Tony Robbins fans. It's called the Dickens pattern. There's a time and there's a place to judge yourself. This is about judging yourself and your future self for like 10 years. And like, what if you guys never took action on the business you want to start? How would your life look 10 years from now? So you're being extremely judgmental in this exercise, and you literally make yourself look like a fat loser in the future who's like depressed and who has like a shitty business and is living in his parents' basement. That's what you want to visualize, and you really want to get it, and you really want to like think of all the people around you whose lives would suck because of this. Type in Charles Dickens Dickens patterns, Tony Robbins on YouTube, and go through this. You want to be extremely judgmental at the beginning, but as you step into the process, there's no place for judgment. You already made a pact with yourself to take action. So don't give yourself the emotional burden of judging yourself throughout. Like, you're not gonna revisit that Dickens pattern. You have it in the back of your head, okay, that's what's gonna happen if I don't take action. You know that's there because at the very beginning stages, you thought of all the consequences of not taking action. You judge yourself hard then, but during the process, actually taking action, there's no room for it. You only have so much willpower in a day, and if you judge yourself during the day, you're taking energy that you could have used to build your business, to work out, to get healthy, to spend time with your family, loved ones, friends, and instead you judged yourself and all that energy's gone. So don't waste it in the process.
Hey man, that's powerful stuff right there. Hopefully you all found value. Val, thank you for the question. Hopefully you found value in this as well. And
Val's wine. Sorry for doing the imitation of you, but that's how you talk.
I like we got Val and value. Hopefully Val found value in this video. Next time you're feeling down in the dumps or you're not taking action, rewatch this video and go get it. So with that being said, follow Romer. You can see, you can learn about him more on YouTube, Instagram at
Romer the Romer.
Romer the Romer. There'll be links in the description. Until then, go take action, and we appreciate you. Peace.